Our next guest found their happily ever after, but not in the conventional way. When their I do's turned into we can'ts, Nikki Debartolo and Ben Heldfond decided to separate. But what happened next brought them closer together.
Yeah, we'd like to welcome Nikki and Ben to the KTLA studio to explain. They are authors of the book, Our Happy Divorce.
Wow.
And you both say you found happiness in divorce. And as two people that are not together anymore, explain.
Well, I think that what we needed to figure out was how to get back to being best friends. We were best friends before we got married. While we were married, we were not best friends by any means, but we have a beautiful child together. So for us, it was figuring out what's best for Asher, who is our son. So that was our main goal through this whole process.
You were married for, you said, 7 years, and you divorced, and then you've been apart for 13, but it took you 4 years to write this book, right? And also, you took a little time to sit with the divorce. When did this come up at a dinner, or how?
No, so the one thing is about the happy divorce. It didn't start out as a happy divorce. It started out like a normal divorce, and we were going to go at war. And we're going to, weaponize our kid, and then we got to a place, took a different path, and then about 5-6 years ago, people started talking about how great the story was, and we decided that if Nikki and I can do it, then anybody can do it, really. I mean, we're too hard-headed.
I laugh because I am very hard-headed.
As am I. So we can admit our own character defects, and so we wanted just to share the message that there's another way of doing this.
Well, and what is that way? What are the messages from your divorce? Because I know you say that your parents' divorce impacted your thought process a lot.
Absolutely. My parents' divorce was not a happy divorce. It was in the early 80s when I think everybody got divorced. It was the movie War of the Roses. And the only people that ended up getting hurt through that whole process were my brothers and my sister. And I'd like to say at the beginning of when Nikki and I divorced that shaped the way it was going to be, but I was headed down the same path. And then some things happened, we talk about in the book, that I decided that I didn't want to end up or I didn't want to have Ash or our son end up like I did as a kid.
So in the book, I know you expand on it, but just for our viewers now, what are some tips, just maybe one or two, that can help them? I mean, emotions run high.
Emotions run very high. I mean, for me, it was realizing that I had to forgive myself first, because I had as much of a part in this divorce as he did. And checking your ego. Because if you have an ego, there's no way of putting your child first when your ego's getting in the way.
A big part of this is parenting as a divorced couple and co-parenting. And I don't know, we were seeing pictures. I don't know if we can play them again. I don't know if there's a blended situation, if either of you are remarried, but it looked like we saw pictures of that and a very amicable situation. So look at that. So these are these two blended families?
Yeah, and that's our Christmas card, actually, that we put out.
I love that.
We put out the Christmas card together instead of sending two different Christmas cards. But the co-parenting thing is interesting because if Nikki and I were together, we would have separate parenting styles. We still do, but there's communication. There's not two different rules at two different houses, and some of the big picture items we're on the same page. But the parenting style, again, would differ if we were together, and they differ when we're apart too.
Well, wrapping it up, it sounds like let your ego go and then communicate.
And forgive.
And forgive.
Yep.
Great advice. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
I love the little Southern twang, too.
Oh, don't tell me that.
Oh,
no. I was from California. Oh, no.
All right. More information or to order a copy of Our Happy Divorce, head over to ourhappydivorce.com, or you can follow Our Happy Divorce on social media.
Thank you guys
Thank
so
you
much.
very much.
Nice message.
Appreciate it.
It's an
Thank you.
important message.
Thanks.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.